I'm early. I'm early. What is it? 9:25. Welcome to Groovy Eggs Farm. It is Saturday night, late, 9:25. Uh yeah, it has been a hectic week. So I thought I'd do a video. I missed Dogman earlier, but I saw he was on. So I'm like, all right, I can go after he's done for a little while anyway. Looking through these comments. Drew's lens. I thought you were still in the shower. Oh my goodness. Um, Weather is 31 degrees. What is mine? Mine says 32. It's going to be below freezing tonight and for every night the next 8 days, I guess. Maybe not Monday night. But yeah, so that requires a lot of freezing temperature preparations on my part for the chickens. And I remember at the old place, it averaged 20 nights per winter, per winter that it got below freezing. 20 nights per winter. And here we have coming up 8 nights in a row where it's supposed to get below freezing. My house is all set up. I'm all good. I got the heater on in the well house. I have a temperature, indoor outdoor temperature gauge in the well house so I can monitor the temperature all night. It's not gonna, what is it, 22 tonight? That's still pretty cold. But my hoses will freeze up and the chickens need water. So I had extra preparations tonight for that. And I will have extra preparations every night for the next 7 nights. No more freezing temperatures, man. Get it out of the system now and then no more the rest of the year. That's wishful thinking. All right. Who do we have? Tiny Farm Nuggets. Hello. Brett and Deborah. Lane Bushka. Chia S. James Jesse. Zombie. Giggles Mama. Mary Jemison. Old Man King Homestead. Yeah, I don't even know how many people does it tell me. We got 46 in here. Yeah. All right, so that's a forecast. Only one day of rain on Monday. Thursday, high of 51. Hoping to do some chicken processing on Thursday. But if I got frozen, anyway, we'll see how it goes tonight. I should do a video. I have not had any time for videos. It has just been so hectic. So what's been going on last week? Well, you saw last Friday, Saturday, got a shower. That was a beautiful thing. And it's really been this past week has really been it's only been the past week where I've been able to enjoy everything that this cabin, this house has to offer. My kitchen is functioning, my shower is functioning, washer and dryer. I can take as many showers as I want and still have fresh, clean towels. That's big. So yeah, it's really only been this past week that I've been able to enjoy all the features, except the wood stove, and that's coming. I've been tempted to fire it up. I really need to have somebody go out there with a light and just inspect it before I fire it up for the first time. And I'll do that. But yeah. So I've been no videos the past week. I've been taking showers, I've been cooking, and that requires, well, what did I do today? Like today I was up and out. I was up at 6:30, out doing chicken chores at 7. Probably 10 I finally stopped for the morning. I have 7 flocks of adult birds and I have 7 groups of young chickens. And so that's 14 groups of chickens that all need their own water and feed. And the 7 young groups of chickens, they need it twice a day. So yeah, that was 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then I came inside, utilized my kitchen, had a ham, egg, and cheese biscuit. utilized the shower, did some things around the house. One thing when I get done cooking is I got to take care of the dishes right away, or the cats are going to swarm and knock things over. So I either got to rinse them out and put them in the dishwasher, which sometimes means unloading the, yeah, anyway. So yeah. So I don't know, around noon, I got a nap until about 1:30. Then I was back outside, doing the afternoon feed and water for the 7 younger groups. They get their second food and water. And then, yeah, had a sandwich late afternoon. Went back out until dark, and then at dark, because it's going to freeze tonight, brought all their waters up towards the well house. The spigot is on the side of the well house, and emptied them so they're not frozen in the morning. So that spigot it should stay unfrozen. We'll find out in the morning. And then in the morning, so it's extra work. And then I didn't get done until after dark. So I came inside about 7:30, half an hour after dark, and rested for a little bit. Then I had a dinner, cooked a hamburger, mushroom and Swiss, actually. And then I had to clean up the dishes, and then that was 8 o'clock, 8:30 by then, and all right, here we are. I should probably read some chat. Pure Okies in here. Hello, Eunice. Karen Baker. Oh, I missed a bunch. 65-79 watching now. I will take it. What's behind you? Old shower parts. Debbie asked that. Yeah. I can probably get rid of the screen now. Boink. So yeah, that was the old shower wall. There's 2 of them, and that's the old shower door. So the shower door, it was busted, and they spent too much time probably trying to get it to work, and it didn't work. But I haven't. There might be hope for it. I don't know. So I'm going to hang on to it for now. I might be able to rig it up and use it someday, but I'm not worried about it. So it's sitting right there. These are the old wall board shower boards, and I can use these for something. My my nesting boxes need a backing. So it's got my nesting boxes where the chickens lay their eggs has an open back. So you got to put something there, and it's going to get rained on. And so I can probably cut sections out of this to, they won't last forever, but they'll last a few years, which I've got some now that are falling apart that need to be replaced. So I'll probably hang on to that, but that's one of the million little things that still need to be done around here. But yeah, those are the shower parts that I can use for something, and that I'm not sure about. And this box is, I've already taken all the tape off. If you're like me out in the middle of the country, and you got a patch of whatever you don't want to have to weed eat, throw a big box down. So that can go out on the front porch, and I'll throw it down somewhere, and it'll be a good weed blocker. And back in a past life, I would have been cutting holes in it, laying it down, putting a bunch of hay on top of it, and planting into it. Not this time of year. That had been in spring. Balmy 19. Gene from southern Minnesota. Yeah, I'm complaining about 32 degrees here and 20 freezing nights a year. How cold is it? It's 32 on my temperature, and it's supposed to get down to 22 tonight. Last night it got down to 31 according to my thermometers. I'm tired. So I had baby chicks were hatching last Friday and Saturday while folks were here. So some of those went to new homes Sunday, and Tuesday. And I had to make some of them I kept. So I had empty out brooders, and it has been one thing after another this week, just all week long. And now it's getting dark at 5 o'clock, which doesn't help at all. I need more hours in the day so I can get more done. Chia cardboards attract earthworms. Great treats for your chickens. Yeah, yeah. And earthworms are also good for, they turn cardboard into soil, but they turn all kinds of stuff into soil, and that's good for your plants, both now and in the future. It helps build your soil. And it's all Grady. They're cool. They're farming worms because there's a commercial demand for them. I wouldn't try that here. They're just, it's all rock. Cooked gizzards for the dogs. We need more daylight. Yeah. Apple cider. It's that time of year. Snow in central Wisconsin this morning. They had snow in Illinois. I still have a bunch of friends back in Illinois, so I see their updates. But yeah, snow. I'm glad we don't have snow. I'm hoping that what I did, I should do a video on it tomorrow. I need to start doing a lot more videos. I also, so baby chicks last weekend, they went to new homes, and I evaluated some of my 2+ month old, 2.5 month old. So I sold some of them this week also. This has just been nuts trying to raise as many baby chicks as I've been trying, and it's caught up to me this week. But I hit the peak of how much daily work it's going to take, and I only have 3 groups of baby chicks in the brooder tent, in the little pop-up brooders. I have 3 in there right now, and then I have 2 of them in hoop coops, 2 big groups, and then I have 2 groups in the rectangular brooders right outside the. See, I should do a video on this stuff, but it's I've been too busy keeping track of everybody, and I've been shuffling them around this week to get to the current configuration. Oh my goodness! And I dispersed a bunch of 3 months old hens. Yeah, I'll do a video on it. I did do a video like 3 days ago. Corrupted I didn't finish it, but it corrupted the files. This GoPro is not as reliable as I was hoping, but it's reliable. That's only twice now that I've used it where I've lost files from it. Yeah, I'm tired. I've been tired forever. Did I get to try Dog Ranch chili? Nope. Although I was thinking the same thing that day. I have 2 crock pots. Thanks, O'Rourke's Littlefield. I'll still give you that one back, but I might use it. I was digging up my chili I make all the time. I like doing plain chili so I can use it for a variety of things. But plain like hamburger and beans, and that's about it. And you can use it as a dip with like those scoopable chips. I like putting it on spaghetti, actually, or macaroni with some cheese on top. Anyway, so yeah, and then I also like doing chicken pot pie stew. It's like the innards of a chicken pot pie without the pie, and then I just pour it over biscuits. So I was just putting together a shopping list yesterday so I can do 2 big old crock pots full of chili one with chili and one with chicken pot pie soup. It's more of a stew. It's thicker. And those frozen biscuits you can get at the grocery store these days. Those are pretty good. I used to make my own biscuits a lot. And I was never 100% accurate on making my own biscuits. Sometimes they were great. Sometimes they were just average. Oh, there's Dog Man. Yeah, it doesn't smell as much. I don't have any incubators running right now. No incubators are running right now. I'm probably going to do a few more batches over the winter. We'll see who's laying. My green, oh yeah, that's something else that happened this week. My green egg layers that I hatched in April, early May, just started laying. So I'm getting green eggs again. It has been a long, I'll go grab them there. And I washed them because it's been raining some this week. And when it rains, it gets muddy. And when it gets muddy, chickens' feet get muddy. And when the chickens' feet get muddy, the eggs are muddy. And I don't like muddy eggs. But I started getting green eggs again. And I should probably film it. But I'm going to go grab them. Yeah, I might as well take a quick moment and let's pop up a video from, 4 years ago? 2018?
Morning from Bobblehead Homestead.
No, I don't know if the sound will show. You guys have no idea what's going on now. There we go. Getting fancy.
I am Jeff.
Oh,
Today is
mute
Friday.
it. I don't know where that shirt's at. I got to find that shirt. I haven't gone through all my boxes for moving yet. I haven't done a lot of things for moving yet. Oh, what was I doing 4 years ago? That looks like number 2 egg. Building the chicken coop, of course. Can I turn the sound on? You can hear it. All right, let me go grab my eggs. I got to show them off. All right. Stop. Oh, I should have done that full screen. See, I don't know. And now it didn't really stop. Could you hear that? There was music playing. All right. I'm getting green eggs again. And I've gotten three the past 2 days, today and yesterday. I got 3 of them. There are 10 pullets, soon to be hens, girls that are, before they start laying, are called pullets. But I've got 10 of them, and at least 3 of them are laying now, and different shades. So yeah, they're not all going to be identical. So for people looking for a rainbow of eggs, you know. And I've got one of my blue copper marans. She was one of the broody mamas, and she just started laying again. And yeah, anyway, so I'm getting some nice eggs. Now what I'm going to do with these is they're still small, and they'll probably be small for another month, but I am now going to brother of Morans that lay these dark eggs. So then I need to do that here very quickly. So when I breed the brown egg rooster to these hens that are laying green, I'll get an even darker green in the next generation from half of the girls. The other half of the girls will lay a brown, lighter shade of brown than this. So it's more of a gamble on these. And they're anyway. But this is my path to some really groovy olive eggs. And do any of these have speckles? I thought one of them had speckles. Anyway, that's another sought after egg trait are speckles. But I might have to, what I should do is put some of these in with my Welsimer rooster. Welsimers don't lay as dark of an egg, but they have speckles on them. These have some speckles. I don't know if you can see that on a live show. Anyway, these have already been washed and refrigerated, so I got to go put them back. Now, let's see if I can do this right. Could you guys hear my my video playing? Probably not. When I'm not even paying attention to the chat. I'm sorry. There's a vineyard farmhouse. I got to go put these back. But, oh, there we go. Play you again. Wait, I got to turn the sound on. Yeah. Play. So, yeah, 4 years ago, I was building a hoop coop. Go figure.
Break time. And I don't have any more cow jokes today. Sorry. I know you're all probably utterly disappointed. Here we go with a bulldozer again. He's going to push those wood chips over closer to this coop that I'm working on. And so when the chickens get in there, they can spread it all out for me.
All right, enough of that. I will start paying attention to chat now. If I can find my mouse. There we go. Alice loves the speckles. Coy Lake has some Starlight green eggers. That's, yeah, those are hybrids. I have not had Starlight green egg. I don't need to buy them because I'm creating my own. Hopefully, maybe someday you'll have some groovy eggs green eggers. One thing, Starlight green eggers, they're like Easter eggers. If you breed them together, it's not 100% guarantee you'll have green eggs from their kids and grandkids. I think they only have one of the blue egg genes. And same those green eggs, so. But yeah, Starlight green eggers. I wonder what they're a cross of. I could probably look that up, but I've heard of them. They're very productive. Dog man, he still had them nasty blurry glasses then. Yeah, of course I did. Oh, that reminds me. These are. Oh, I did smudge them. Man, I almost got everything done before I started the live show, but I didn't get these wiped off. Those the eyeglass cleaner, little spray thing with the cleaner pad cloths. Those work great. I've been using that almost every day. I'm loving these. These are awesome glasses, dog man. Frugal Prepper, hello. C. Clifton. Heather Hopper, Jeff will come on be getting a Larry legacy flock. CRC as Daryl legacy flock. Country Road Cure has both. They're both in there. Country Road Cure, they have some of Larry's legacy. In fact, more of those are from Larry's legacy than from. But when I breed them, you rotate hens. So I had hens that were with Larry one hatching season, and then they were with Daryl another hatching season. So they are kind of dispersed in there. But yeah, I've got a bunch of them that are 3 months old or less, and I'm not keeping all of them. It's not until they're 2 months old that I can tell the boys from the girls, and then I can evaluate them. Like with my white and true blues, I want the black and white duckwing with the beard, with the sideburns, but not all the baby chicks turn up being like that. But I want to keep the ones that do look like that, and but the other ones I'll have available for Simple Life Reclaimed and Come On and other folks, because I've got got a lot of youngsters out there, a lot of them, and I'm having good male to female ratios. I just put like 25 of them. I just dispersed out into 4 different flocks, and I think it was 25. I have to look at my spreadsheet, but there were 7 boys and 16 or 18 girls, but there were 7 boys. So I had a great girl to boy ratio. That helps. And the jury's still out on the ones that are 2 months old or younger. Some of them I can tell boys and girls already, but not yet. So I'm going to have a bunch of them, and Simple Life Reclaimed and Come On, they're hoping to get some, when they're ready, and they're hoping to be ready before, spring's usually the best time. But I'll have some older chickens, not older, but see, they're 2 months old now. So 2 months from now, they'll be 4 months old. I'll know the boys, so they can get a small flock from me. And then like those 10 olive eggers, I don't need to keep all 10 of them. So once I evaluate them, I'll probably keep the ones that lay the darkest green eggs, then I'll sell the other hens. And those will bring me, that, yeah. Green eggers, 6 months old. No, they'll be 8 months old in a couple months. But yeah, they might go for $40, $30 each easily. But I don't like selling one at a time, so I usually do a package of 3 or more and give them a deal. Country Road Cure, they do have some beautiful birds. And that's something else I've been contending with. All those youngsters out there, they can climb through the fence, because it takes me forever to. Anyway, the fences aren't on 100% of the time, especially when I'm outside. And yeah, so there's a lot of my time grabbing the net and threatening little ones until they go back through the fence. The first couple times I catch them in the net, and then they see me coming with the net in the future, and they're like, uh-oh, we better get back in there. So you can train them a little bit. And the fraternity boys flock, there's a couple of them that have been getting out every day. I usually, if they're not bothering anybody, I usually let them free range for a while. Yeah, dog man, make sure you leave your faucets on a slow drip tonight. Yeah. In fact, I might run the dishwasher before I go to. It's like 3-hour dishwasher time. So that'll keep the water flowing. Then again, maybe not. I'll just leave a drip on. I should go check my thermometer in the. Yeah, I haven't done that yet. I'll do that in a minute. I've got one of those remote temperature gauges in the well house, and I have an electric one of those oil filled radiator type heaters in there, just set all the way on low. And it was, when I looked earlier tonight, it was like 52 degrees in there. So that thing is overkill for what I need to keep it above freezing. But the extra warmth will hopefully keep the spigot on the side of the well house from freezing also. That would be good. Because it's either I use that, and then I have a small hose. It's either I use the spigot on the well house in the morning, or I got to bring everybody's water inside and do it in my sink, which that ain't no good, because You don't get as much water pressure coming through. Oh, I'm tempted to fire up the wood stove, but I haven't. I got to clean out what the smaller bedroom and move my big incubator in there. And because I do not want to fire up the wood stove with my expensive incubator next to it. So that'll be on my agenda in the next few days, is moving the incubator into the what will become the incubator room. And then getting the wood stove ready to go. I won't be using it for my primary heat source, but wood in the wood stove is fun. Where's Bob? Yeah, no kidding. He ain't bugging me all night. I've got one of those electric oil filled radiator things in the bathroom. Actually, it's in the doorway between the bathroom and my bedroom. And I have my thermostat set to 62, and then that one heater going on. So the cats are in the bathroom on top of the washer and dryer, or they're on top of the bed. So the cats he ain't bugging me because it's only probably 65 in here. Yep, it's 65 in this room. It's probably close to 70 in the bathroom and bedroom because of that little electric radiator heater. I bet if I keep talking, Bob might come bug me. They are Bob and Grumpy. Man, they hog my covers. They get behind my legs. And then yeah. They in the winter, Bob and Grumpy steal my bed every night. And then I'll get up and they'll still be lying there when I go to take a nap at like noon or 1. Man, they are lazy. Yeah, dog apartment is cozy 57. Beautiful. That's all you need. They don't need it 80 degrees and perfect. It's better than, what is it? Yeah, still 632 outside. What have the cats been up to this week? They are pestering me for food and napping and pestering me for food. And they play with everything that's lying on the floor. So that's always fun. After the shower construction, there are little pieces of stuff on the floor. So those are all over the house. I've been doing a lot of vacuuming this week because I thank you for a new vacuum. And that's kind of funny. Grumpy is not afraid of that vacuum at all. Bob and Fifi, though. Bob he takes off right away. Fifi, she's not so bad. But Grumpy's like, he doesn't care. He's like, what is this? Their new favorite spot is on top of the chest freezer by the back door and those big windows because that's where the sun comes in. That's where their favorite spot is during the day. But then when the sun goes down, they are probably on top of the washer and dryer. I've put like a blanket and a towel on the washer and dryer, so they've got a nice comfy bed. Alice, do the cats try to get out? Not at all, which is shocking to me. Grumpy has gotten out twice, but it was a long time ago. Back before Drew went on his trip, he was putting the Starlink satellite on my roof, and in order to do that, I had to run the cable in through a window, and I had left the window cracked enough for Grumpy to get out. So he got out, and then I don't know how long he was out, but I heard him meowing, and I'm looking around, I don't see Grumpy, but I hear him meowing, so I opened the front door, and he was meowing at the front door on the front porch. So he got out that time and knew enough to meow he wasn't out long. Then he got out again. One time I left the back door open, and that was before I had the screen door on. And he got out and he ran over to the picnic table and just started meowing and meowing. And I just calmly walked over there, picked him up, and brought him back inside. But those were the only 2 times. And it was because I had left the window open unattended and a back door unattended that they got out. But Bob and Fifi have never attempted to get out. I would like to try the electric fences. I haven't gotten around to that yet, but they're not pressing the issue. If they were pressing the issue, I would go fix those electric fences and start letting them out in a cat run on the side and back of the house. But that is one of the million things that I have yet to complete after moving. It's just the traffic during the day. I mean, there's not a lot of traffic, but it only takes one car. After dark, I wouldn't be as afraid of them going out because there's hardly any traffic after dark. And then, so letting them out after dark and then feed them, first thing in the morning so they come back inside during the day when there are cars on that road. That is if the electric fences don't contain them. I've got 2 going around the brooders and so I would only have to add one more fence to that one and just take it from the back of the house all the way up around the shed and the brooder tent and the brooders and the well house and the carport, so they could have a huge area out the back if I can get those electric fences. What else we got? Maggie hates a vacuum. Most animals do. It's odd that Grumpy doesn't. Roberta's artistic adventure had snow. Not your regular snake-shaped snow. Yeah, it does weird stuff. It's like chickens with their first eggs. First snows of the year, or sometimes out of the ordinary. Cats need their own hoop coop shelter. Well, if I do they'll have a carport and they have their kitty cabana. So if I'm able to do it out the back door, they'll have, and I could open the shed door for them too. But they'll at least have the carport, which is double the size of the hoop coop. See Stone, 3 cats don't go out. Yeah, there's a lot of risks of going outside. And I had the only other cat I owned, Desmond. He was always an indoor cat. He was Siamese. But yeah, teach their own on the cats. Just be good to them. Not so remote Alaska. They use a broom, no vacuum here. Yep, not me. I got 3 different vacuums, as a matter of fact. 4. No, 3. 3. A little handheld that's awesome. Zzz. When you have fly problems, fly swatter, smack, falls, zzz, and taken care of. Then I have one that's cordless that can get corners. Then my new one is helps me get the floor. Still got a sweep and mop here and there, but the vacuum will get a lot of it, especially when you have cats. Oh. Uh-oh. One of the cats is in the sink right now because I just heard some dishes. They're always doing this to me, and it's all three of them. So it used to be only Bob was the guilty one, but up at the old place, at the new place, I've found all three of them. All three of them. So I better go make sure. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Go make sure they're not tearing up the kitchen. And we can watch one from. Can you hear the audio? I don't even know. I gotta go yell at a cat. Who's on the wrong feet? He's guilty this time. Hey, they can hear it this time. Well, let's mute it. And I think this is the video that. Look at those cows. Fast forward. Hey, Bob. That's the old place. Oh, is it not this video? Oh, it's the day before. We got to watch the day before. Sorry. I was looking at old videos from 4 years ago. Or is it the day after? And it just happened to be. Oh, it wasn't that one. Gotta be this one. No, we just saw that one. So 4 years ago. Oh, I thought I was going to be all cool and stuff and have it ready to go. Here we go. It's a great afternoon at Bobblehead Homestead. Yeah, wind noise. That was before my wind filter. 4 years ago. Look at that. Oh. What was the date on that? The 10th. So almost 4 years ago, I bought that shed. That shed was a 14 by 32 with a 4-foot front porch. That was almost exactly 4 years ago. And thanks to wonderful YouTube donors, I was able to buy that. It was a repo, got a great deal on it. Awesome deal. That thing would sell for at least $15,000 right now, probably more. It was a Dirksen. But as it turned out, I did not end up getting that shed. But that was the original shed that I bought. And I bought it almost 4 years ago. Do I show any more of it? Yeah, I do. And that's a really long story as to why I bought that one and ended up with a different one. Well, yeah, that was 4 years ago. Man, time flies when you're trying to raise 250 chickens. What else is going on 4 years ago? Yeah, this shed. It really was a nice one. It was a little over $5,500, and that was before all kinds of weirdness. It was 4 years ago. But yeah, last minute I ended up with a different shed, and that's the whole long story. What I was told at the time as to why. Oh, I did. Have I told? Yeah, I told the story. Yeah, they ended up. They told me at the time they couldn't deliver the shed because it was 14 feet wide and they needed special permits and blah blah blah. But what I found out later was they had actually sold this shed to somebody else. That's why they couldn't deliver the shed that I bought. Is they had sold it to somebody else, and then there was a whole prosecution and criminal cases involved in that, and civil cases, and that was a nightmare. So that's why I didn't get this shed, is I was bamboozled. But it all turned out all right. So what they sent me last minute was a 12 by 40, which was actually a little bit bigger than this one. And this one had the 4-foot front porch, which I liked, but I wouldn't have bought a new one like that because you pay extra for less square footage. So, see, this would have been 12 by 28. No, 14 by 28 inside, whereas I ended up with a 12 by 40. So, but yeah, little interesting 4-year-old history there. This was in Greenwood. That's right next to is that the Tractor Supply next door? I might pan around and find out. Yeah, they had to give me a different one because I paid for something and they didn't. But Dirksen at the time didn't know that was not Dirksen's doing. It was a rogue dealer. All right. So yeah, 4 years ago on November 10th is when my shed to house journey started. Wild, wacky stuff. Oh, come here, mouse. Get rid of you. All right, cool. Elaine, now they're like triple that price in some areas and states. Yeah. Roberta is a 12 by 24. Just needs some land and a way to transport it there. Yeah. Yeah, Dogman, that lot was by Tractor Supply, gone now. I hope it's gone now. It wasn't just me. There were 6 other people that yeah. See, I don't move on, stay positive. There ain't nothing I can do about the past. But that was over close to a year of court and legal just junk. But I think that was the first time I went to Greenwood was to look at that. How did I find it? Oh, here's another cool part of that story is that that shed was found on Facebook, but I wasn't the one who found it. It was Doug and Ashley from Different. Doug and Ashley from Different they came across that repoed shed on Facebook and told me about it. So yeah, that's part of the story. That's a big part of the story. So yeah, shout out to Doug and Ashley who found me such a great deal on my original shed that started me down that path. That was funny. I think they found 3 of them in my area. There was another one I think I liked better, but I don't remember exactly. But yeah, they were the one who alerted me to that on Facebook Marketplace, and bing bang boom, I jumped on it because I know deals like that are not something you see every day. And I was, well, thanks to the wonderful person helping me out. I was shopping. I was actively shopping, and already had the funds in place that were gifted to me. I didn't have those on my own. Yeah, my original chickens. Yeah, they're doing fixing up a house, and they're doing some really cool stuff that you don't see on other channels. I really love their channel. I watch every single one of their videos at least once, and actually watch them. I try to they're my people, you know. So the least I can do is watch all their videos and the ads. But I don't get to watch everybody's anymore. It's just, especially this week, I haven't watched anybody's videos. But yeah, they are wonderful down in Florida, fixing up a house, doing some things you don't see other like do-it-yourselfers, making their own trim, staining all of their wood walls. They didn't use drywall. They put up tongue and groove. I don't know what the real term for it is, but they stained all of their they bought raw boards, cut the boards to be tongue and groove or something similar, stained it all, and then that's their wall. So they're not using any drywall. I don't have any drywall in here. So that's something you don't see a lot of other channels do. And then making their own trim. It's just it's really cool watching their unique creativity as they're putting this old house back together. And they had they're in Florida, not their last video, within their recent videos, they had otters and deer that they could see from their property, so yeah, I'm still loving their channel. Yeah, Ashley working on her car. They got a little Ford Fiesta and took the engine out. They're putting a different engine in it. They completely tore apart, tore out the interior. They're redoing that. They're having to make, custom little things to recreate the inside of the Festiva. And they bought it, and on the way home, I think it blew a something, one of the pistons. But anyway, they got another engine they're putting in there. Those two, I'm one of the few that has spent time with them, and they are just brilliant couple, hardworking, reliable, honest, and they're awesome. Made their own tongue and groove. Yep. What happened to the couple lived out in the woods that helped Drew and Lindsay move the washer and dryer? Who was that? Out in the woods? Yeah, out in the woods. We just saw them at Drew's welcome home party, a couple weeks ago. YouTube isn't for everybody. It can take up a lot of time, and if you're not, you got to get my size for it to start paying off. And by my 2,000 to 3,000 views on every video. Until you get to that point, you're putting a lot of time in and not getting a lot out of it. So it's not for everybody. And they've got lives. They're building up their own property. They did do-it-yourself septic, but we just saw them a few weeks ago. They're doing great. Yeah, we'll probably see them around, but that was cool. Sean and Jamie. Yep. Ashley's new custom gear shift blinged out. Did I miss that part? Uh-oh. I don't remember the custom gear shift. They might have. If they put out a video today, then I haven't seen it yet because I haven't had any time today to sit down and do much of anything. until now. And right now, I shouldn't be doing a live show. I should be, taking that out to the shed and that out to the shed and that out to the front porch. And I don't know. That's the kitchen cabinet from the shed house that I brought down here so we could measure the corners. And anyway. Not so remote, Alaska. YouTube will never pay off for me, but I enjoy it enough. I won't stop. Well, and it's not all the ad payoff. And I know that more than most people out there is I've benefited more from the community than from the ad revenue. I still need the ad revenue. But look at all the people. When I got here 5 years ago, I knew nobody. I had a few family members in Russellville, and that was it. I didn't know anybody. And I didn't have, anyway. But, yeah, life has changed a lot thanks to this YouTube community in ways other than just making ad revenue. So, yeah. Keep at it, not so remote Alaska. Keep at it, making friends, and well, Alaska's still pretty remote. I've got a ton of people right around me in Arkansas that I know thanks to YouTube, but you never know. There's channels up in Alaska too. But even, yeah, I've been watching YouTube for, well, the homesteading videos for at least 9 years. I have to go look when my account was created. And I was watching homesteading YouTube videos long before I created my account. I just had their channels bookmarked. I didn't use YouTube subscription anything. I just bookmarked the probably about a dozen channels I started off watching a lot. And American Homestead was the first channel that I subscribed to when I started my account. They used to do live shows every Saturday night at, I think, 9 o'clock. Deep South Homestead, they've been going live on Saturday nights for at least 6-7 years. I think Danny and Wanda, they've been going live on Saturday nights. But it used to be them and an American Homestead. Back before I had a property, when I was dreaming of the old place. Patty Price, what are you going to do with your old property? Turn it into a B&B? That requires money. I got to get it here, and then we'll see what happens after that. But hook it up to water, electric, some type of sewer system, and you're talking big bucks, big bucks. So as a person with a business degree, how much of an investment would it take to turn it into a B&B? And how long would it take me to recoup that investment? And yeah, I'd if you have to spend $5,000 minimum getting it hooked up and ready, well, then if you can rent for $100 a night, you gotta rent it for 50 nights before you make back your initial investment. And it would be more, yeah. So if it's going to take 2 years before I make my investment back on turning it into a B&B, it just doesn't make any business sense. But what I'll end up doing with it is when I get a bigger property, I'll be living in it again. So instead of spending $5,000 turning that into a B&B and then waiting 2 years for it to have a return on investment, I should use that $5,000 on a bigger piece of property instead of investing it into the shed house. So it'll probably be storage until I get a bigger piece of property. It'd be nice if it was kind of like an RV where I could just, run an extension cord and a hose out there and everything would be good, but it just doesn't work like that. Yep. Danny and Wanda King at Deep South Homestead. Yeah, I started watching them before I had a YouTube channel. Them and an American Homestead every Saturday night. They've been a big, they've got like 250,000 subscribers now. And I remember them when they were probably less than 10,000 subscribers. But they've been a constant in this homesteading community, blazing a trail for a lot of other smaller channels. They've helped out a lot of other small YouTube homesteading channels, done meetups, and they have been, they're like the OG of the YouTube homesteading community, Danny and Wanda. You used to be in politics in Illinois. What do you think of the recent elections? I don't know. They're still counting the votes. So I'll tell you what I think about that. I think if it takes you this long to count votes, there's something wrong there. There's something wrong there. Not that it's fraud or anything like that, but it's at least incompetence. If it takes you, what is it, Saturday? Elections are supposed to be on Tuesday. Most election results have already came in. So what's the problem with those election systems? And I've studied election systems all over the world, not just Illinois. Yeah, you really don't want to get me going. But there's a major problem, and if you can't count your ballots in a timely manner, it doesn't mean it's fraud, but it means there's incompetence no matter what. And it's sad. But when you got nobody to vote for on the ballot, oh. Home of gambling halls. I'm missing something. They're having a hard time getting their shoes off to count that high. Yeah, I mean, that's weird. Yeah, Barbara Hopkins, B&B for 20 years. She was a teacher. Can't survive unless you have it. Yeah, it's got to be one of, it would be a nice source of income. Like, if, for example, the property across the street, there's 35 acres over there that nobody's living on. If for whatever reason that came into my control and I can move my shed to house right there and I still own this place, well, this place wouldn't require an investment to turn it into a B&B. If I move out of here into my shed house, then this place is empty and I don't have to hook it up to water and sewer and electric and all that stuff. So then a B&B is, more feasible, but it wouldn't be full-time income. There's no way it would be full-time income, but it could be feasible to be a good side income. And I would rather, and then, you can also do the permanent renter thing, but I don't know about that. I'd rather have it as a B&B, I think, because of the festival here twice a year. And then also to invite friends and family and whoever to have a guest house. And for the neighbors also, I give them a deal on it if they have family coming in or whatever. Need a place to stay on the road. But yeah, every situation is different for a bed and breakfast, but I think it's a good source of side income. It'd be hard to make a living off of it. She did B&B for tax write-off. There you go. You can reduce your property taxes, and every state, in fact, counties have different, well, most of it is county level property tax. And so they've got different incentives going on there. I don't know. I haven't looked into, our property taxes are so low here anyway. It's not going to be a tax write-off. And it doesn't matter. You have to pay Social Security taxes on every dollar of income starting at your first dollar of income. There's everybody. Are you using this as a write-off or that? Or you can't write off Social Security taxes. That's like 13% no matter what. No matter, there's no write-off for it. Yeah, we don't have property tax here, barely anything. Yeah, you get like a $200 automatic homestead exemption on your main property. And so like my old property was $108 a year. But then I had $200 worth of on my homestead exemption. So my property tax is zero. Here, I'm not sure what it is yet because you can only take that homestead exemption on one property. So I have to switch it down to here, but I don't think the property tax here will be around $100 a year also. Just going with it. Thank you very much. Guests must reserve in advance. She had no problem, guests. Money from out of state or country. Yeah, with a small thing, it's I was a hotel manager with Marriott for 7 years, and 99.8% of our guests were fine. And I bet that's true with B&Bs. In fact, probably more true with bed and breakfast. $240. Dogman says that is probably the standard exemption. I don't know if that's different in every county. No, I think that's statewide. You get a homestead exemption. I had, before I moved to Arkansas, I had a mobile home in a mobile home park. So I had to rent my space, and my rent on the rental space was $250 a month just to rent a spot for my mobile home, which I owned. And I had to pay it was $317 the last year on what I ended up selling for $4,000 mobile home back in Illinois. So not even my own land, just on the mobile home, it was $317 a year. Which, yeah, isn't a big deal for some people, but for people who live in mobile homes, mobile home parks, that can be a big deal. $30 a month can do a lot of damage on your food spending. Not so remote Alaska. My taxes are 20 times that up here, and I live on a 300 square foot shack. Wow. That's the thing about Alaska. I love Alaska. I have a good friend in Anchorage. He was in Illinois for a while, but he went anyway. He's been bugging me to move to Alaska for probably 15 years now. And it's not there's not a lot of cheap land in Alaska. They do have higher property taxes. Yeah, it's interesting. It's beautiful up there. I am too old and disabled to make a go of it in Alaska. But if I were younger, yeah, property taxes, they get you with sales taxes. Illinois, they get you with both. Shannon TTCL, especially around Chicago. You got enormous property taxes, and the sales taxes are just as high as here in Arkansas. Downstate, it's not so bad. What is it? The state sales tax is about 6% statewide in Illinois, and then the counties and cities and everybody else these days can tack on top of that. So a lot of places in Chicago, around Chicago, 10% sales taxes are common. Downstate, they're more like 7-8%. And in Chicago, they have the highest hotel taxes in the country, or they did at one time. And the reason they did is in order to pay for Soldier Field, where the Chicago Bears play. And in order to pay for the White Sox old Comiskey Park, or the new Comiskey Park, which is some other name now, but in order to pay for those sports stadiums, they levy a tax on hotel rooms. So that's how they're paying for those sports stadiums, is by taxing the hotel rooms. And yeah, don't get me started. There's Grizz 270, too cold in Alaska. Yeah, to each their own, though. I mean, I could have put up with it when I was younger. I probably could have put up with it when I was younger. Imagine their growing summers, though. They get like 20 hours of daylight during the summer. And a lot of times you see these like record-breaking vegetables that were grown in Alaska. And people are, how do they grow such great, big, huge vegetables in Alaska? It's cold up there. Well, in the summer, they have sunlight for 20 hours a day, whereas down here, we'll only get it for 16 hours a day. So they're, yeah, that's one cool thing you don't think about with Alaska, but they have a short growing season, but it's, they have a lot more daylight. All those plants are getting hours of daylight more than we get down here. It's pretty cool. The Pure Okie, yeah. Yeah, I don't know much about Oklahoma. I'm sure I know it's cheaper in Illinois, though. Oh my goodness. Have we hit an hour yet? How many people we have? 169. See, I have been paying attention to everything. I am just exhausted. I'm running on fumes. I have been all week, but I haven't been able to do a video. I shot some video today just of the chickens, and I shot some video the other day, but 2 of the clips just didn't turn out. So I think I'm gonna call it a night here. It is what? It's after 10:30. But I just thought I'd give you an update. I don't know when my next video will be coming out. Hopefully I can get one. Just do an update. And if things go as planned in the morning with all the chicken waters, I might have some free time to do another video. So I will call it a night. Thanks for tuning in. Late on a Saturday night. I apologize for the lack of videos, but it's all stuff you've seen. Chicken stuff here and there. But you should I'll try to do one tomorrow and at least give you a tour of the chicken. They grow up fast, and there's a lot of cuteness running around out there. So until then, I will see you this week with another video. Everybody have a good night and take it easy. And the broadcast, if I can find my mouse, there we go.